On Memorial Day, I wrapped up a 5-day bike ride from Cleveland to Cincinnati with Matt Holcomb and Dave Morgan. Now that it's done, I can say it was a blast. A special thanks to Dawn for driving the support car, to Matt's wife Catherine and Dave's wife Joanne for joining us towards the end, and to Eric Wickham for riding with us on the last day. Here's some random thoughts along the way. Thursday, it rained all day. The towpath trail out of Cleveland is mostly crushed gravel. By the end of the day, we were drenched and covered in mud. We rolled into the Marriott in Akron and apologized for the mess we were making. The person at the desk said, "That's okay, we have mops." When someone's drenched and covered in mud, a little encouragement goes a long way. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, "Therefore, encourage one another and build one another up." I only had one pair of shoes, so I threw them in the guest laundry. The problem is that what I thought was the dryer was actually the washer. So my shoes were locked in the washer for an hour, and it was dinner time. So I walked into Luigi's restaurant in soaked socks. At that point, I just didn't care. If you aren't self-conscious, most people won't even notice. Matthew 6:25 says it this way, "Do not worry about what you wear. Life is more than clothing." The second day, I was dragging. I don't know that I would have kept going if I didn't have two people there to encourage me. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, "A threefold cord is not easily broken." Every pedal was hard. Even when we got onto pavement, it still felt like I was riding through mud. It may have been because of the hills. It may have been because of the headwind. It may have been because my gears were packed with sand. At the end of the day, we stopped at a hardware store and got some oil. After that, it felt like I was back to normal. Hebrews 12:1 says, "Let us lay aside every weight that clings so tightly and run with perseverance the race that is set before us." Around Columbus, the Koskin Gap Trail and the Heart of Ohio trails are really nice. At one point, we were at the end of a trail and some folks warned us that there was gravel ahead. We took the gravel part. We rode about a mile on a really windy, rough, rocky footpath before we asked a very nice lady if we were headed in the right direction. She told us that London was in the opposite direction. You can always turn around. Jesus said, "Repent and believe in the gospel." God is never more than a breath away. If he seems very far away, maybe it's because he is in the opposite direction. On Memorial Day, it was packed all the way from Morrow through Loveland to Sawyer Park. The custom is that when you pass somebody, you give them a heads up, passing on your left. When we stopped, a very burly, somewhat upset-looking guy came up to us and said, "I've been walking this riverfront every day for 10 years. In all that time, I've never had a cyclist announce that they were coming through. You are the first. Thank you." It pays to be courteous. Proverbs 16:24 says, "Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body." This is our Thursday, May 29th edition of a video series we call Stronger Faith. Stay safe and be well. God bless you.